Welcome to Juicy TV, ladies and gentlemen. We come to you guys with some breaking news coming from Minneapolis as riots have erupted between a number of far-left activists, a number of them armed, and the federal agents, ICE agents, who were about to do an anti-immigration raid operation, of course, to remove the illegal aliens. Things are kicking off. We're going to go live to a live feed in Minneapolis and also show you guys the moment the federal agents took out and shot one of the activists. This is the live feed that we have from the ground. The other side of this scene, we have the far left barricading the streets. They have now blocked, as you can see, a number of roads against the federal agents and their operations. But we're going to give you guys all the updates. We just received the statement from the head of police as well. Obviously, things are going to change rapidly, but we'll give you guys all the information as they are coming, and we're going to get your reaction. Now, first things first, we have initial footage from Minneapolis showed the federal agents deploying tear gas and crowd control at the protest against the federal agents involving the shooting. Tensions continue to rise. Let's go to the first video.
Flashbang grenades are going off here in the crowd, and the federal law enforcement are kicking tear gas canisters closer to the protesters.
There we go.
John, run right behind us. Keep going back. John, keep coming back now.
So it started from here, but then we got the video of the federal immigration agents, the ICE agents, and the law enforcement opening fire as a number of them were attacking the federal agents and the police, the left-wingers, and a number of them are also armed, of course, and things escalated from here.
They're doing too much, man, and they keep pushing people, you know?
That's one of them. Fighting back instead of cooperating. Obviously, this escalates the tensions. One man has now been confirmed dead after the clashes.
Oh, shit.
There you go, they shot him. They shot him right there.
They killed him? Did they fucking kill that guy? Are you fucking kidding me, dude?
Yeah, he's killed.
Not again. Are you fucking kidding me? That guy's dead.
Huge escalation right now on the ground in Minneapolis. We're getting a reaction from the Mayor Fry as well. Federal agents in the city continue to clash with the left-wing protesters. Of course, all this started because the anti-immigration officers were doing their job to do an anti-immigration raid to, of course, remove the illegal aliens. And then they were faced with the violent, aggressive fighting from their political left. Let's go.
You see federal agents coming out on 27th now.
It's turned into a war zone. Look at it.
He's walking away from the scene. We will keep monitoring.
Crazy
Seems
stuff.
like trying to effect an arrest.
I think we have a quick statement from the mayor of Minneapolis.
Tackled someone into the ground.
Let's see what else we got.
We'll go to him as well. Mayor Fry.
Nothing here. We can X that out.
Lethal weapons, but
Yeah, so the police chief has officially confirmed that the man
Federal agents
is
are
not
kicking
alive
tear
right now.
gas into the crowd.
He has
It's a
passed
complete
away.
mess on the ground.
Pinned some of the
We have that
protesters
information
here in
now.
this parking lot.
So
Several
much
witnesses
violence
have already been
coming
transported
from
to
the
the Whipple
left these
building.
days.
ICE attempted to order local police from the scene, but O'Hara refused, sources say.
Yeah, we can
So
go
this
look
is
at
also, let's not forget, it's not really just about the political left on the ground, but it's also about the clash between the federal government and the state. in Minnesota. They still don't cooperate with each other, whether it's the mayor's office, the local police as well, and of course the governor. And it's not really helping the situation, obviously. So there are multiple fronts that the federal agents are fighting on. This is the evidence of the gun that was recovered from the scene after the man who was attacking and fighting back against the federal agents was shot and killed on the scene. We have a statement from the Homeland Security. At 9:05 a.m., as DHS law enforcement officers were conducting a targeted operation in Minneapolis against an illegal alien wanted for violent assault. This is the key point, violent assault. We also do have, obviously, our live feed behind us. Yeah. Violent assault. An individual approached the U.S. Border Patrol officers with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun, of course. The officers attempted to disarm the suspect, but the armed suspect violently resisted. More details on the armed struggle are forthcoming. Fearing for his life and the lives of and safety of fellow officers, an agent fired defensive shots. Medics on scene immediately delivered medical aid to the subject, but was pronounced dead at the scene. The suspect also had 2 magazines and no ID. This looks like a situation where an individual wanted to do maximum damage and massacre law enforcement. About 200 rioters arrived at the scene and began to obstruct and assault law enforcement. On the scene, crowd control measures were deployed for the safety of the public and law enforcement. The situation is evolving and more information is forthcoming. So these are the scenes that we're getting live from Minneapolis. Special thanks to our team and our live feed from the ground. We also can go to the other one that we also have from that's obviously gone off for a second, but we'll come back to that shortly. The live feed. Now, it's important to show you guys a few minutes before as well, when the chaos erupted, after the shooting, by the way. Because before the shooting, obviously, they were just barricading, they were attacking the law enforcement. Then things escalated very quickly. Let's quickly go to the next footage. Wow. Absolute loonies. Someone says stop, collaborate and listen. ICE is here on a brand new mission. ICE baby. It usually, if any law enforcement officer is telling you to cooperate, you need to listen, don't fight back. It always ends up badly. It's always good to carry ID just in case anyway, but it happens. New footage also shows moments before the shooting, as agents were seen struggling with the man prior to the actual defensive shots. Let's go.
Things got buried. Yeah, I'm rolling your windows.
Wait for it. We're gonna drive by. There you go, you can see the guy. That's the guy.
Let's go around.
He's the one who just got shot and killed.
Fuck up!
So that's the situation on the ground right now. As you can see, the crowd are still there. They are barricaded the main road. Traffic is obviously increasing as well. We have a reaction from Super Chat saying, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Yep. What did they expect? I don't understand. Especially after everything's happened recently. Try not to escalate things with law enforcement, physically speaking. It doesn't help. Democratically protesting, that's one thing. But getting violent is another thing. Obviously, these guys are professionals. They're going to defend themselves. They're going to also defend innocent people on the ground as well. Now, anti-ICE protesters took to the streets, erecting large makeshift barricades out of objects, pallets, and also rubbish bins or trash cans, as they say, tires, and other debris. Some of the protesters in other parts are growing completely tense, escalating with activists blocking the roads. Let's quickly go to the next moment that we have.
From what agencies?
You
Law
can see the
enforcement's
fire.
in the center from where we're standing right here. I can't see what exactly they have on.
We have more
But
statements.
they're in the center right now to preserve the scene.
Yeah.
And Leon, it would appear to me that you've got people arriving there, especially near.
Bad. It's bad. Minneapolis has become the hotspot of chaos and violence and crime on so many levels, by the way, apart from the Somali daycare centers, but actual violent clashes all the time, regularly, when the federal agents are simply doing their job to keep the country safe by removing the illegal aliens. We have a quick statement from the Border Patrol, the US Border Patrol. Sorry about that. Border Patrol agents are trained extremely well to protect themselves, their fellow agents, and innocent third parties. When a supposed peaceful protester brings a weapon, such as a loaded handgun, and brandishes it, there are going to severe consequences and repercussions. We have pleaded with and warned the media and the politicians that their irresponsible, hate-filled, and false rhetoric is going to get people unnecessarily hurt or worse, killed when they portrayed our agents and officers as the aggressors. They have encouraged these reckless confrontations and attacks on our agents and officers who are performing their lawful duties and enforcing the laws that Congress has put on the books. Legal. The fake and dishonest media and the shameless politicians should be held accountable for willfully misleading the public and enticing these protesters and agitators. We have full confidence that when more facts are revealed, our agents and officers will be shown to have utilized justifiable force in eliminating their threats. Now, there are more reactions and statements from the state side as well in Minnesota, but let's quickly go to a report from MS Now and see what they have to say.
Watch the anger here. It's critical in this press conference, and this just gets back, and we're biased as journalists, but these officials need to speak.
We're seeing flashbang grenades being shot into the crowd to push them back as they got closer to the ICE and CBP. Again, I don't know whether they're ICE or CBP because they don't identify. They're now moving into the crowd. These short snub guns that they're using are usually used to fire pepper balls or tear gas. We have seen Alex Tabbitt's on the ground. He said there's both pepper in the air and tear gas in the air. When this started, we saw the ICE officials. This is all tear gas you're looking at right now, or smoke. We didn't see them having masks on. They're all masked. They are now moving at some pace toward that crowd. This has been sort of a moving protest. They're moving well out of the area that they've been stationed in all morning now. They look to be at least a block away. You can see people running. I want to just stay on this for 1 second to see where this is going.
I mean, it's a completely out of control situation, as you can see, and they're still there. Let's stay with this quickly. We are getting the statement from the mayor, Fry, and also the Minneapolis police chief, Brian O'Hara, and we have more information about the man who was shot and killed by the federal agents. You can see it. So many people are still fighting back. It's crazy stuff. I think there's a footage coming in as well. I'm gonna verify this quickly to double check and confirm this for you guys. Still a live, ongoing development. Yeah, they were trying to disarm him. He had the gun and they took the gun away from him. So there's a footage I'll show you, slow motion, which should clear things up a little bit. Obviously, the investigation will continue as well, but by both federal and also on the state level as well. Let's just double check the situation here. Crazy stuff happening. go to the sound.
certain things. Now, what's going on here?
There we go. It's not looking good.
Minneapolis in 2026. David Rode, you were
Yes,
saying,
good point by
did
Ronald.
you
Not
understand
all
what really happened?
Minnesotans are like these protests. I know. There's a lot of good people in Minnesota in general and Minneapolis.
What DHS is saying.
Not everybody's violent.
What's your husband's name? Matthew James Obadiah Allen. Write that down.
Don't attack federal agents or state agents. That doesn't really matter. Law enforcement officers in general.
Matthew James Obadiah Allen. Thank you. I'm just going to keep.
Now, let's quickly go to Brian O'Hara, the head of police, with his quick statement about the identity of the man.
On the information that we have, which is very limited, this is a 37-year-old white male who is a Minneapolis resident, and we believe he is an American citizen. We have not been told any official reports of what has led up to the shooting, but we have seen the video that is circulating on social media.
So that's the key point from his statement. But protesters in Minneapolis to continue to erect barricades, blocking the streets, attacking the federal agents. That hasn't stopped. Let's quickly go and see what's going on. I mean, what are they thinking? This is a complete mess of a situation. Let's just quickly, I'm going to show you a couple of things. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we can now quickly go to the mayor, who hasn't helped the situation for the record, Mayor Fry, by basically launching a war between the state, well, from his side, between the city and the federal government. And of course, Waltz and others have launched a war between the state and the federal government. It's not really looking good, obviously, but let's just quickly go to the mayor and see what this man is talking about. I don't think he's going to be happy, obviously, but let's. I think we have it now. Let's go.
Saw a video of more than 6 masked agents pummeling one of our constituents and shooting him to death. How many more residents, how many more Americans need to die or get badly hurt for this operation to end? How many more lives need to be lost before this administration realizes that a political and partisan narrative is not as important as American values? How many times must local and national leaders must plead with you, Donald Trump, to end this operation and recognize that this is not creating safety in our city? As you'll hear from Director Sayer in just a second, we have seen these kinds of operations in other places, in other countries, but not here in America. Not in a way where a great American city is being invaded by its own federal government. I'm done being told that our community members are responsible for the vitriol in our streets. I'm done being told that our local elected officials are solely responsible for turning down the temperature.
Really? So both the mayor and the governor, who continue to double down, by the way, saying because we are against a policy that is lawful, by the way, confirmed by Congress and everybody, right? There's a policy, which is a common sense policy. Don't have illegal immigrants in your country. Because we don't like the policy, both the mayor and the governor continue to encourage people to go out there and be violent against federal agents. And then he's saying, why are you saying we are responsible? Well, you are extremely irresponsible right now. And you're saying, well, we're not responsible for, you're telling us to tone it down. Yes, literally, at this point. The federal agents are doing the job that they're supposed to be doing because this is the law. You don't like the law, win and change the law. That's simple. Physically attacking armed officers, it's not really a good idea. And they're still doing it. More of them are right now on the ground doing this as we speak. Let's just quickly remind you of what we are dealing with right now on the ground. This is what's happening right now. This is live from Minneapolis. Block the whole road, right? They don't want to take any responsibility. It's fascinating. Someone says, I am a Minnesotan. Fry and Walls are and Ellison are disgusting. They are. Take some responsibility. But we now have we can actually show you guys the slow motion, the footage, as the federal agents, this is the moment of the shooting, as the federal agents were trying to, basically struggling with, fighting with him, with the man, the 37-year-old man, tried to disarm him, and he was still fighting back. Let's just quickly go to that footage. There we go. We got it ready now, yeah? This is exactly what happened. So you can see, so that's one of the agents. The guy's on the ground. You can see they're trying to basically contain him. He's still resisting. So he's got his empty hand right now, the agent. He's going on the ground. They're trying to grab the gun. He's trying to grab the gun. He had his gun ready. They're trying their best to take it away. And then he's got it. He's got it. He's got the gun. Of course, at this point he was shot, so... Yeah, so they took the gun away. The federal agent. So, this is the point where, on a state level, the mayor's office are going around saying, well, he was, as far as we know, he lawfully owned a gun. But the border patrol agents, because obviously these guys are the border patrol agents, the US border patrol, these guys, they don't care if the gun that you own is lawful or not. You're holding it, you're there, you're fighting with the border patrol officers, and you're resisting. It's insanity. Why is this even a debate? I don't understand this. This is still the live scene from Minneapolis. As we get more updates, still a live ongoing development. Town Kurt saved from ISIS, something about Kurt. Okay, and Buzzy says, to see the local government is inciting this because of their extreme TDS, the Trump derangement syndrome, and desire to embarrass Trump. They are putting the public in harm's way and the officers. In this case, the patrol, the U.S. Border Patrol. Fry and Walls at fault. They want to escalate it. Let's not forget there are also those who are behind these groups. There are those who fund and organize these protests. They also have a responsibility. If you want to peacefully protest, democratically protest, that's absolutely fine. There's a difference between peacefully protesting and doing this. Minneapolis here. Imagine protesting to prevent officers from removing sex offenders from your city, but not protesting when your governor loses billions of your taxpayers' dollars. Make it make sense. Where was the outrage when a bunch of foreign criminals, with essentially the help of the state in Minnesota, were basically harming your people? There was no outrage there. They are far-left activists, and that's a nice thing to call them. You're retarded. They are far-left. Well, obviously they are, yeah. And violent. This is all just ridiculous and totally unnecessarily. These are not protesters. They are paid rioters and instigators. Absolutely out of control. The thing is, you would, if you had normal people protesting, we've been dealing with this now for weeks in Minnesota, Minneapolis in Minnesota, right? If you actually had normal people getting a little bit passionate, protests get out of control for one day, chaos happens, then it's usually a one-off. This continues to happen. There is a massive trend. There seems to be certain people who are absolutely fine with some of these guys losing their lives because it still helps their agenda to help the federal government. It's disgusting. People are dying because they are irresponsible, and they are getting encouraged by these guys in charge of Minnesota to keep doing it. Despite the optics in Minnesota, the majority of US voters are beginning to wake up to the fact that they are being played. Yes, I mean, that especially global players. I mean, there is, how many times? There has to be a full investigation into those who fund and organize these groups as well. I know there have been some, but you need more. Lebel says, anyone normal would protest against what the Iranian regime do to people of Iran wanting freedom. Lefty losers on the wrong side of history again. Exactly. If this keeps going, USA is heading for a civil war. And there seems to be some people who want it, apparently. It's not everybody on the political left, obviously, but there are certain people. It always comes from the left these days. That's the problem. Hi, TC. Thank you for all. Do hope your dad is well. Free USA. Free Minnesota, yeah. He's an absolute idiot. Him and the governor have caused this crap. But they don't want to take responsibility. Look at the barricade. Is that normal behavior in America? A democratic country? Is this how you protest peacefully? Really? This is what happens when leftists run amok. Yeah. These are still the live scenes. I would sell a kidney to have ice on our streets. Yeah, although these guys were the US Border Patrol officers, but yeah, similar. Brian Walls guilty of fraud. They don't want the other fraudsters to be deported because they are the only ones that vote illegally for them. They use these people as puppets to cause chaos. Yes, you're right. Let's double check the latest. There's more information coming in as well. Nobody likes to hear that they are wrong, but sometimes the truth hurts. Fry, why is the police chief holding a press conference while chaos is in the streets? These people are creating the problem and sacrificing this because publicity and PR is more important at this point for their leadership in Minneapolis. That's why. The lefties will be crying into their pumpkin spice lattes tonight. From what I could see, it was self-defense. It was just law and order. It's just basic law and order. And obviously self-defense because the guy had a gun and the agents were like freaking out, which makes sense. But also you have to keep the streets safe. They are acting like Hamas, putting their people up front to protect themselves and then play the victim card. That's literally the whole point of these groups. When one person gets killed, or in recent times, obviously 2 people, they continue to basically say, well, we are the victims, and somehow the federal government are ISIS or Hitler. Let's double check. There's more information coming in. Hang on 1 second. Can also get the sound from the ground. There we go. Okay, so we can have that. Just double checking the latest. I think there might be another press conference. Why are there so many press conferences being organized? The president has been briefed, by the way. We're now going to get ICE and the Border Patrol leadership holding a press conference in reaction, which will start in a few minutes, I believe. I'll get the confirmation. And apparently, Governor Tim Walz is also going to be holding a press conference in the next hour, within the next hour. We've had 3 shootings so far. What a mess. Okay. Someone says the state police should be stopping this. It's their job. If they can't, resign and get someone who can police. Need to arrest anyone who is not protesting peacefully. Well, that is a good point, because it shouldn't be the job of the Border Patrol agents, officers, or ICE agents, for example, to police their own operations. They are there to do the operation, to catch the illegal foreign criminals, to take them back. It's the job of the police to be there to make sure if there's anybody protesting, it remains peaceful and democratic. That's it. But we don't know exactly what's going on the ground when it comes to the local police in Minneapolis, because the head of police, O'Hara, doesn't seem to be wanting to take any responsibility for his officers not doing their jobs. And they're just picking a fight with the federal government. Yes, Anna says the police chief was just doing a press conference. Yes, we showed you a few seconds of it. And he acted like he had no clue what was going on in our city of Minneapolis. Yeah, he's usually clueless. I don't think he's lying. He's actually just clueless. Every single time we hear from that guy, O'Hara, he's clueless. What is your job at this point? Also, it looks freezing down there. Someone says the governor and the mayor threatened the police. But they are in charge of it, so they can basically tell the police what to do or what not to do, basically. So Tim Walz is a devil worshipper. He can take that to the bank. I mean, he's a weird man. Yeah. Robert says Minnesota is a state and subject to federal law. This was resolved, and the last time the treacherous Democrats decided that they wanted to resist federal authority. Now they are doing it again. They have no respect for the Constitution. You guys have a Constitution for a reason. When it comes to the relationship between the state and the federal side.
Okay. Is Chopper showing you guys like how many people you think is out here?
I would love to see how the liberal media are currently reporting this in the US. If anybody is watching from America, especially in Minnesota, let me know if you have checked out your media channels to see what they are ranting about. The Americans are glued to false media reports. It's like the Truman Show.
Yeah.
PC says, I love ICE. Yeah, or in this case, the US Border Patrol. Today's left is just a loose coalition of contradicting minorities with no shared goal other than opposing the rights. Fair point. This particular protest will not help unless they sit down peacefully. Even then, I do not see it changing the mission that has been given to ICE. Let ICE do their job, even if we disagree. That is a key point, because you still have a lot of good, normal liberals, voting for the US Democrats, and they do still get it. There's still a lot of them who get it. That you're dealing with, firstly, you're dealing with the Constitution. This is the law. Whether you like it or not, currently, this is the law, right? There is a mandate. But you're also dealing with the Trump administration. Whether you like or dislike the Trump administration, you're not going to change his mind by doing this. It's just not going to happen. Not just because it's a law that's mandated, but the White House are just going to double down. What do you think is going to happen? But they don't really care. They just want destruction. That's the point. Claire says, well, as I agree with them taking him down, but why keep shooting once he was disarmed already down? Because the rest of the agents, the officers, they couldn't see the other officer when he took the gun. It all happened within a few seconds. So it's very difficult. It's really not against ICE, genuine question. US Border Patrol, but yeah. But when there's chaos also, you don't know if he only has one gun or more than one gun. The guy was still fighting back anyway. So he was still a threat. With or without a gun, he was still a threat. And again, there will be a full investigation. They will go through the footage properly, and then they will decide whether it was proportionate or not proportionate in the moment. We'll just have to wait for the actual investigation. How is the left so insane? They should have never closed the loony bins. And then again, I guess that they had to. These are their voters. Peter says, I stand with Trump. It says, can somebody educate the lefties that it's time to stop behaving like their grandfathers from the SA and the SS? It's becoming a bit scary. Walz received the plaque in the Minnesota Capitol from the Satanic Temple. That's why it's satanic. There's no such thing as a moderate Democrat. There's still some good people. But at this point, I don't know how you can stay a Democrat. At this point, I don't understand how you can support this party. You can be liberal. There are still some liberal-leaning Republicans, for example. But I don't understand how you can still support the party that is essentially encouraging violence. O'Hara means OS in Hebrew. Really? Wow. Didn't know that. Wow. Somebody says, oh my god, people, this is not a protest, this is an uprising against the federal law enforcement. ICE is actually following the law to protect their criminal empire. ICE is actually following the law to protect their criminal empire. This is a very, what? ICE is a criminal empire. Am I reading this wrong? It's a very interesting sentence. Okay. Federal law officers who are simply doing their job, apparently. They might have a criminal empire. We will wait to hear from both ICE and the Border Patrol leadership shortly as well. But we will keep you guys posted on the developments happening as we speak in Minneapolis. But thank you again for supporting us. If you want to support the channel, make sure to join 2CTV Plus. You can do it for only £1 on our 7-day trial. Just click on the link in the description under the video or the pinned comment. Thank you for watching. I'm Maya 2C, and we are the media.